For the Delhi bomb blast, where NDTV has accessed inside details of how the Delhi bomb blast was carried out by this nexus, how the Faridabad module actually ran the entire terror organization are details that NDTV has been able to access. Now, the bomber, Umar actually was very trained with regard to bomb making. And that dispels several other theories that had come right at the time of the bomb blast as to maybe it was an accidental bomb that may have taken off that time. But that, viewers, isn't the case, or at least that's the information that we are getting right now. And we're going to walk you through all those details with regard to the Faridabad terror module. Dr. Shaheen, the one at the epicenter of this entire nexus, raised funds for the doctor terror module. She managed to get funds and then she deployed it amongst the entire set of network of doctors that she radicalized in Al-Falah University. Dr. Muzammil, who was the chief recruiter of this entire doctor terror module, he was the one who was going around radicalizing several other doctors in that university. There's that ill-famous university where you have these radicalized doctors actually coming through. Let's get in Aditya for more on this. Aditya Rajkol joins us to fill us in with the latest with regards to the Faridabad terror module. It seems that there were one set of people who were procuring weapons. There were ones who were in having detailed knowledge in terms of how putting the entire bomb into play. Then there were those who were radicalizing doctors. Then there were those whose responsibility was to get the funding. Clearly, it was a very large, deep nexus that was operating.
Well, that's right, Gauri. NDTV has exclusively accessed the inside details of the entire conspiracy of the Jaish doctor module that was working not just for the Delhi blast, but a larger conspiracy to hit Delhi, perhaps a serial blast. What we are learning really is that the Umar was the most radicalized one. He was an expert in bomb making. Earlier, there were reports that it was an accidental blast. There was some ammonium nitrate and other chemicals that were kept inside that particular I-20. But now, top investigators are confirming to NDTV that Umar was the most radicalized of the entire group, and he was the key and the mastermind, but also he was an expert in bomb making. And during those 3 crucial hours when he was inside the Red Fort parking, perhaps he was making a bomb and perhaps could have been in touch with some of the handlers as well. What are we learning apart from that? What we are learning is that Muzammil, who is also the key to the investigation and is under arrest right now, was the chief recruiter of the doctor terror module of the Jaish-e-Mohammed. That's what we are learning. Muzammil, who has been interrogated and questioned by the J&K police, and now with the NIA also stepping into the larger conspiracy and unearthing what the plan really was. So Umar and Muzammil we have discussed. Let's go to Shaheen. And Shaheen, Dr. Shaheen Shahid, has been also critical to this entire investigation. She is the lone woman who was part of this nexus to hit India's national capital, the Jaish-e-Mohammed's doctor module. And Dr. Shaheen had raised funds for the doctor terror module. She was actively involved in raising funds, raising money for this entire matter. We had that picture of her with Muzammil taking that particular Brezza vehicle also, and they had paid in cash. Otherwise, also, she was involved in raising money. Earlier, there were reports that 26 lakhs was given to Umar by Muzammil and Shaheen to, in fact, procure ammunition and explosives for this deadly terror attack. Apart from that, we have terror suspects Amir, who brought the I-20 and handled the logistics. Remember, on Tuesday, within hours of this deadly bomb blast, we had reports and a picture of a particular person. At that time, the name was not clear, but gradually NDTV brought out in this investigation that it was Amir who was handed over that particular I-20 vehicle and was handling the logistics of this terror module. And finally, the terror suspect Adil procured weapons for the module. So these are the key elements that the NIA and the J&K police have unearthed, and clearly the investigation continues.
All right, I'm going to leave it there. Aditya, thanks much for filling us in. Viewers, we've been connecting the dots for you in all the revelations that are coming in for the Delhi terror attack case. Sources are telling us that the 10/11 blast was not a panic attack. It was a full-fledged planned attack on the national capital. Sources are telling your channel that Red Fort was chosen as the site of a suicide attack because The bomber Umar assembled the bomb in his I-20 car itself while it was parked in the parking lot for 3 long hours. He left the parking area after assembling the bomb and detonated it in Red Fort's crowded area. Efforts are being made to track Dr. Umar's final movements, which are now unraveling as agencies probe the entire terror trail. NDTV sources indicate that Dr. Umar travelled to Pulwama just a week prior to the blast and handed over 2 mobile phones to his brother, and one of those phones actually was thrown into a pond to ensure that evidence is destroyed. Delhi police have also detained an MBBS student from Saharanpur who reportedly spoke to Dr. Amir very regularly, and is that another link, another chain that is being established by investigating agencies. In fact, now, as we've been telling you about the probe, let's also now tell you the politics around the Delhi blast. Yes, viewers, it's been 10 days since the blast occurred at the Red Fort. Investigations have been underway, but so has the politics that has also erupted. And PDP has been making a series of sensational claims. The latest being that PDP's Iltija Mufti, who's the daughter of former Chief Minister Mehbooba Mufti, has also weighed in. She has expressed shock at the terror and also gone on to say and argue that religious persecution against Muslims is the reason why attacks are being taken place by a handful, and a vicious crackdown has actually happened. Collective punishment of all Kashmiris is happening, especially those outside of Kashmir. Meanwhile, Asaduddin Owaisi too has slammed the government, demanding accountability for the attack. However, Owaisi clarified that the attack carried out by the bomber was an act of terror that needs to be condemned in no uncertain terms. Meanwhile, BJP spokesperson Shehzad Poonawalla slammed the opposition for defending terror and said that the ecosystem was prioritizing vote bank politics over national interests. Listen in.